Hi, welcome back. We're going to do something a little different today. I'm going to talk about two books that I didn't love, which usually I just tell you about all the ones I love. But let's see how this goes. Let me talk to you first about Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. Just me as a reader. Obviously, he's a published author, I think bestseller. I think he or she sells a lot of great books, and I'm sure the other ones are fine, but I did not get into Under the Whispering Door. I thought the opening was great, and so it really pulled me in, and then all of a sudden you get to the tea shop with the ferryman, and our main character is suffering through figuring out that he's dead, but kind of stuck between life and death and having things to learn. And I was all in until they have the dead person develop a relationship. So I just wasn't realistic to me. It didn't seem right. So I didn't make it all the way through. My loan expired. I got it back again, tried again in case it was just like my mindset at the time. And I still ended up fast forwarding. So I don't know. This is my confession. The ending, I don't really understand how they got where they were. And I didn't care enough to go back and find out. So I'm sorry, T.J. Klune. I'm just a stupid reader. If someone loved the book, please forgive me. You know, sometimes I believe books just don't come at you at the right time. So it's not out of the question that I might circle back. Now I want to talk to you about Origin by Dan Brown, because that took me a while. It was a little slow for me. And I loved the Da Vinci Code. And I haven't even reviewed that for you guys, but I read it, I got into it, I loved it. I would highly recommend the Da Vinci Code, even if you've seen the movie. I hadn't, so that probably helped. I did not read Angels and Demons or The Inferno, which are like 2 and 3 of those books. Now, Origin had a great plot, and I was totally into it. And I definitely wanted to see what happened, and my main character I loved as usual, and you know, his sidekick, that's always a cute girl. That was fun. I mean, the history, the architecture, the landscapes, I mean, very interesting. So much so I would go and Google some of these places. It's a great book. I mean, it's really interesting. A little more technical than I'm used to. I have to admit, this is probably more, I don't want to be stereotyping gender, but it just seems more like for the mindset of a guy who, you know, wants to read all about architecture, construction, and then it goes down the rabbit hole of computer science, and I don't know, just a little too much detail for me, and I just wanted the plot. So this is different for me to be a little bit down on the 2 books I read. I apologize. We'll see how you guys receive that, and feel free to yell at me and tell me I'm way off and I missed it. That's fine. I am now reading The Knitting Circle by Anne Hood, and I also will be reviewing another one of her books that I finished called Morning Star. I loved that. Yes, and I very excitingly went to the library and got a couple more of Anne Hood's books, so you might see a few more of those coming up too. One's called The Book That Matters, I think. So, all right, guys. Well, I apologize for not the greatest recommendations, and I appreciate you listening. We'll see you next week. Bye.